This is the VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook. This will be valid the rest of today, Friday, through next Wednesday, December the 10th. Well, we're looking at a warm advection storm that's in the making here with lots of rain. That's indicated by the raindrops here seen across a wide area stretching in from the Mississippi Valley that are working in toward the Ohio River Valley and Mid-Atlantic states. This will be working in toward the northeast United States and present us with a warm air advection type storm. That is overrunning air across colder air trapped near the surface. We'll start out with wet snow spreading in across the region this evening. This will accumulate roughly about 1 to locally 4 inches of wet snow and mostly be confined to the highest terrain of generally central and southern Vermont, seeing the most, and changing over to some form of freezing rain or likely rain as temperatures make a rise into the mid-30s by the time we get into the afternoon hours on Saturday. This is a complex storm, and we'll be sending out more updates accordingly. Now, the current temperature regime across the region, we can also see that we've had a very, very cold morning. Temperatures in some locations were very, very close to 0 degrees, and this cold layer of air exists across most of Canada and stretching into the northeast United States. It's about to get pushed on out, and then colder air will drop in behind it eventually as we get into Sunday and especially Monday of next week. And this will make for a fairly cold morning on Monday, where temperatures will likely be below 0 in many areas east of the Green Mountains. Okay, this is the 4-kilometer WRF model, American model, and the resolution at 4 kilometers captures some pretty good features. This is precipitation type, and you can see the gray as the clouds is illustrated. That red line here, this is the 540 meter thickness. Anything to the south of that red line generally falls in the form of mixed precipitation or raindrops. Anything to the north of that stays as all snow. So you can see that advance and give you a timestamp here. Precipitation roughly gets into our neck of the woods or just a little bit to the west. This is about 6 o'clock tonight, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and so forth. All snow, but it looks like we have warm air advection continuing to move into the region. And it looks like rain does shoot up the western Vermont valleys and into the Champlain Valley, and does make it into the southern 4 counties of Vermont, Rutland, Windsor, Windham, and Bennington, and then eventually into north central Vermont and eventually into the Northeast Kingdom. This will take place, it looks like, sometime after around 7, 8, or 9 o'clock in the morning, and that'll give us kind of an intermission. So any wet snow loading that does take place will be unloaded there. It does look like we start to see colder temperatures aloft across the northern, let's say, 1/2 to 1/3 of Vermont, and this will start to spread across the region. Although I do believe that the WRF model here is overdoing this. The European advertises nearly the same thing, only holds off a little bit later and has it more toward dark or, say, sunset as we get into tomorrow evening, Saturday evening. Now, using the high resolution modeling, the rapid refresh brings our precipitation in a little bit later, roughly about 8, 9, 10 o'clock around Bennington County. You can see the blue there starts out as snow, and it looks like it gets into the northern part of Vermont roughly about 7 or 8 o'clock, and then in Bennington County is where it really starts to snow. And then this does pick up and overspread all the state from basically west-southwest to east-northeast. And that purple line there is the 32-degree isotherm, meaning temperatures west of the spine of the Green Mountains should be remaining above the freezing mark. And those temperatures will continue to rise and eventually penetrate into eastern Vermont during the overnight period. This goes out through about midnight tonight. Looking at 925 millibar or hectopascal temperatures, this is roughly at about 7 o'clock this evening, and those minus numbers there all are below the freezing mark. And then you see roughly by about 1 o'clock in the morning, warming temperatures across a good area of western Vermont, the western Vermont valleys, and eventually this does penetrate and make it in. This is 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. And then carrying that over to 1 o'clock in the morning, we see that temperature is still cold, roughly that northwest corner of Vermont, and then those temperatures start to make a fall with any kind of rain shower activity returning back to snow showers, but at fairly light levels at this point in time. Now, looking at the more trusted modeling here, this is again valid during the afternoon Saturday. We'll see that precipitation start to work across mainly southern Vermont, the southern half, and then begin to work on out as a 1046 hectopascal high pressure system tracks across Quebec and right into our neck of the woods here, creating pretty decent project weather, as a matter of fact, really Sunday into Monday. You can see as this high pressure system gets squeezed off to the east of us and then it ridges back, it'll still try to give us some good influence for Monday, and then things will slowly wane. We also have a package of jet stream energy that'll be coming in a large scale upper level trough. This is going to interact with the warm sea surface temperatures we have off of eastern North Carolina and spin up into a nor'easter. This is going to be an odd bird because the nor'easter actually kind of lollygags and stays in the vicinity just off the New England coast. This could be one of those sort of long duration snowfall events. And with the temperature profiles and the contours right now showing that it could be marginally cold for all snow, we could see some wet snow loading issues. This would be approximately Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, and into Wednesday morning, and then lingering potentially into even Wednesday afternoon or Thursday. Uh, Stay tuned on that, but this particular system is not going anywhere fast. You can see the evolution here um, as it spins up 1,004 millibars. That'll be valid. That would be 18Z 1 o'clock on Tuesday, and we start to see the precipitation shield very, very healthy here. This is you can see greater than 9/10 of an inch falling over a wide area of New Hampshire, the southern half of Vermont, and again, this would be all snow. And then it does kind of work itself out a little bit and begins to shift into New York State at 995 millibars, centered just a little bit to the south and east of our region. And previous model runs have been kind of indicating that this was going to happen, kind of spinning off to the south and east of our region, really not getting out of our hair until somewhere along around Thursday. And you can see that slow evolution of that storm finally exiting into the Canadian Maritimes, and finally we lose influence by Thursday night, Friday. So this will be a major storm. If we accrue this much snowfall, we could have some of our local mountains seeing maybe greater than 2 feet of snow if this comes to fruition. The question is, will it come to fruition? Now, the Canadian model has been pretty much on top of this as well, indicating right along with the European. But the American model, the GFS, has not been showing that, and I will get to that here in a second. Okay, this is the American GFS model, and we're going to look at the concentration on the storm system that is developing here for basically Tuesday afternoon into Thursday. And as you can see, this is not really painting very much going on here. This is valid Tuesday afternoon, and the evolution is such that area low pressure tracks well to the north, really does not bring us that much precipitation per the American GFS model. Somehow I think that this is probably going to work toward the European and the Canadian model, and if it does, we're in for a very significant winter storm. This happening typically around the 10th of December is one of the highest probability of climatology big snowfalls we have during the entire winter. So usually given 3-4 days from December 10th, you will always find a major snowstorm. It works almost every year very well. Here's the QPF, the quantitative precipitation forecast, showing both the west coast getting hammered very nicely. They need the rain and snowfall in the Sierra there, for example. And then we're also seeing some pretty good hefty amounts for here in the northeast United States, greater than 1.5 inches and up to 3 inches around the eastern part of Long Island, just off the coast of southeastern New England. Again, hence, this is picking up the Water Prediction Center 7-day QPF here is picking up on what will be a significant weather system. Will it be to the north? Will it be to the east? Too far? Will it be to the south? We don't know. The evolution is such that the computer modeling has been dancing around quite a bit. One thing for sure, though, the temperature profiles support marginal conditions, and that means wet snow loading potential as well. So something we're really going to have to watch. And overall, looking at the maximum temperature anomalies, well, you can see here that we're near normal, a major warm-up across the rest of the United States. This does not move very fast. It kind of stays in that vicinity. Now, this is a jump 3 days later. Again, a lot of warmth out west, near normal temperatures here, and then cooler than normal across the East Coast. Again, associated with that storminess off the eastern seaboard with that big nor'easter. And this is the Iowa State meteogram. Here's a quick look at temperatures. It looks like our warmest day is really going to be during the morning hours on Saturday, where temperatures get up into the mid-30s. And then we'll see a temperature fall with a cold front, a little bit of an uptick here for Sunday afternoon's highs. You can see temperatures are pretty cold. And then a very cold night, it looks like for Sunday night, Monday morning, where temperatures actually by the European model get down below freezing, below actually zero rather. And then another uptick in temperature as warm air comes off the relative warm waters of the ocean off to the south and east of our region via that nor'easter. This could be a significant storm, and with temperatures in the vicinity of 30 to 35 degrees, this is temperature profiles indicated red flags here for potential snow loading. So we'll be watching it very, very carefully. It does look like Tuesday afternoon through roughly about Thursday, you should have all hands on deck. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights Consulting.